becoming Soulution. I'm your host, Jasper Rodenhuis, and today I'm gonna talk about attitude. Um, in this video, I'm gonna explain to you what attitude is. Well, and what it isn't. Because, like, what it is a right state of mind, really. Right posture to have to deal with life. Something that I've realized in my own journey is that once we're looking for the truth, honestly, we are already in truth. So what do I mean with that? Because we're always programmed to think that truth is somewhere out there. That you found this specific thing, you know the truth. But is that really the truth? Or is that just a passing fact? Or at best then? Or a misconstructed lie? Or misconception? Because the truth, ultimately, I don't think it can be transmitted through words. This is a very interesting philosophical debate that you can have. Can you transmit the truth through words? I don't think it can. I think the truth is already here. It's inside of ourselves. It's not just inside of ourselves. It's actually ever present. There's only truth. There's only truth. But truth can only be experienced if we have the right attitude. If I know that I have the truth, then I'm blocking with my own projection what is actually there. It's because I assume that it's like this, but it might not be like that. So, what is not the right attitude? Not having the right attitude is that you know how it is. You created a static structure or an ideology that you say this is how truth is. You know, I give philosophy lessons. Study many different philosophers. They all have certain ideology, certain way of thinking. Like this is the way the world is, and try to represent it through a certain theory. But I think like something that I've learned from more of the Eastern philosophies is that our minds are shortcoming. We don't have maybe the vocabulary or maybe even it cannot be done. It's a questionable thing. I don't know if it can be done or not. But I think it's can only be done if we have the right attitude. So something that I have integrated into my own attitude is that I do not know. I do not know. I'm willing to learn from many different perspectives. That's why I choose the platform of dialoguing, because I think like we all have equal valuable perspective to share, and I want to bring attention to some people that inspired me or shared some interesting perspectives on this situation that we're in right now, being in this pandemic, but also more on a timeless level as well, where it's always relevant what they're saying. But I think like if we have a way of looking at the world where we are open for what is instead of like think that we know how it is, and then I think we are in truth. We are truly in truth. Because you know, a lot of people that are interested in spirituality want to reach enlightenment. That's what the first things that I learned is like when I was interested in spirituality. It's all about enlightenment. Otherwise, spirituality is not interesting. But for me, I was interested in spirituality, but not necessarily in enlightenment, because I already like recognized that this enlightenment thing. It sounds like I have to be at a certain space and then I'm there, but I'm not there right now. So where do I need to go to be there? So for me, it was always like, oh man, I keep stuck. It only like kept me more stuck in my mind actually. And I later learned through the work of Krishnamurti that this is actually the case. Yeah, that once you're creating a concept like enlightenment, it will never be enlightenment. He has like a story that he tells. Like he met one of these gurus. I don't know which one it was. I think no, it doesn't matter. But one of these gurus, they like had a huge following. A lot of people followed him, and he said, "Yeah, I'm a enlightened person." And even though he drove around in a very big car and all stuff, and he was a very enlightened persons according to the people that surrounded him. And then he spoke to Krishnamurti, and Krishnamurti told him, like, if you can see the ocean, right? Yes, 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 of course I can see the ocean. Well, if you get your hands and you grab some water out of the ocean, is it still the ocean? And he's like, what do you mean with this? You know, like, of course, I don't know, like, I think it is the ocean, yes, because you grabbed it out there. But Krishnamurti said, no, it's not the ocean. You cannot hold the ocean into your hand. It's just a small part of it. So if you're saying you're enlightened, that means that you're holding on to something that is already ever present. And something that I realized is that we are enlightened only if we have the attitude of dialoguing and accepting that we do not know. Because this is where true freedom is born, really. I do not know. I do not know. It should be a mantra, really. I think a lot of people would need to sing this mantra. I do not know, 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 I do not know. I can think that I know, or can convince myself that I know, but ultimately, I do not. It's for me like it just releases, it's just so, it's like a meditation in itself, really, like knowing that you do not know. I think there's more things that you have to be aware of for the right attitude, like being humble, being open-minded, but at the same time be skeptical. It's something a lot of people do not understand Krishnamurti in the right way, and they're like, that means that science is irrelevant, religion is irrelevant, and that's what he stated to himself as well. But I'm trying to give it another addition, is that these things are still valuable, but only if we know that they're just a perspective, really. Because like science follows an empirical basis, and not everything can be narrowed down or reduced to an empirical basis where it gets transmitted to the five senses and you can replicate the same experiment over and over again. There's many different phenomena that cannot be narrowed down and cannot be reproduced in a lab. So does this mean that this isn't existing? So that's something that I think about a lot. So I think science still holds a lot of value, and this is something that Rupert Sheldrake also furthered this dialogue, because I think what Krishnamurti was saying is more like, don't accept on the basis of his words what he's saying is the truth. You shouldn't engage with science, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No, it's continuation, really. Like it's and don't take my word for it, because one of the things that he said was, if you follow me, that means you're not following the truth. So don't follow me. Don't believe just anyone else. Don't believe anyone else. But just try to be a light to yourself. Enlighten yourself. What do you think of that? I don't know. Like I'm just putting it as I've accumulated it, presenting it. But please don't be an infantile person that just believes everything that another person said. Why not? Doesn't matter how perfectly constructed the arguments are. Like I can select certain facts and I could create a certain narrative, which are fitting to the ideology that I have. But if you're not able to question and challenge your own views, your own assumptions, your perception will not be aligned in truth. I'm just letting it flow through me. I think like Bruce Lee said it, like, be like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Put it into a teacup, it becomes a teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. But be like water. Like life is always in transition, so we have to adapt our minds, be flexible. No, sure, you can use science, you can be part of a religion, but no, that's not the ultimate truth. There is no ultimate truth in any of these things. The only ultimate truth is something that goes beyond words, it goes beyond conceptions, and it's not something I can tell even in this video. It's something you have to discover for yourself. And that's the main message here. And that comes all down to your attitude. If you have this attitude, I already know. I'm not gonna listen to this guy. This guy doesn't have a PhD. This guy is not a saint or has any position in any government, or I'm only listening to those types of people. Then you have an attitude of what? This is a fallacy in philosophy, a fallacy of authority, appeal to authority. Because I don't have an authority position doesn't mean that what I'm saying doesn't share any value. So it's all about attitude, and only a right attitude can bring us to the two. Because I don't know, I think I should keep this video short, because it's just it's almost common sense to me, really. But for a lot of people, it isn't. I'm not gonna say that I have the perfect attitude. That's also I have to mention. There are some moments when I'm passing by people that are living on the street and not even acknowledging that they're there, and that even hurts to me. And I should acknowledge their existence. I should be there for them. I should help them, maybe, if I can. But most of the times they want something from you, so it's already retracting people away, because people don't like it if you want something from them. So yeah, I can give you some attention, I can give you some advice. Sometimes they ask for money, but then tomorrow they'll be back there again and ask for more money. So what is the root of the issue? Why is the way that things the way they are, and how can you really address it from the fundamental level? This is something that Krishnamurti was alluding to, and many people want to bash Krishnamurti, and there's other great speakers, but it's a very key insight that he's making, and don't take it as face value. Be more mature, yeah, just be more mature. And that's not meaning just your age or whatever, it's just us as humanity. I'm so hoping that this times will make people more mature in their mindset. And if people don't agree with your views, that you don't have this ego identification with your views, he's wrong, I'm right. It's not important. It really bothers me, like that people think that way. It's important who's wrong or who's right. It's just ego stuff. It will not serve anyone. It's more important that we try to understand each other through love and care and understanding. Take this message as you may. I do want to share one inspiration that I have from an animal. People might think of humans, but animals can be a very big inspiration. There's frogs, they go into rivers or small little creeks during the winter, and they let themselves freeze consciously, and then their heart stops beating. And you could say these animals are dead right now, but then next spring they reawaken, they come alive again, and they come outside of the pond, and they bring it back what they've learned, being in this meditative state for such a long time. I saw yesterday I saw this video of a toad singing. You could see the frequencies, like the frequencies of the water, just adapted to the form of the toad. I think this toad is very wise, but I think the message that he's transmitting, not everyone can receive, because not everyone can pick up frequencies in the same way that the frog is trying to transmit it. Maybe this is a fitting and story of something that's actual. People look into frogs, look into nature, and see that these are the teachers we have to listen to. You can, I would, let's end it here, people like and subscribe. Feel free to follow me. I'm not an animal, but I can be. No, but feel free to follow me. Let me know, what do you think is the right attitude to have? What does it apply? What are some things that need to be included for having the right attitude? Be sure to like and subscribe. I will put out some rap songs in the future. A new career switch. Well, I wouldn't call it career, but a new passion. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And yeah, like if you want to have me as a pre-apply teacher or tutor, I'm available there. You can get into touch with us with on Discord as well. You can chat there. Yeah, leave a comment and tell me what you would like to see in the podcast, how it can be improved, how can keep you people more engaged, because it's something we have to do together. It's a common around. It's not me being an underground place like this. No, it's something we have to do together. So let me know in what way you can be engaged. I would love to hear what you guys think of all this. This is something we have to do together. It's the common solution. We have to come together in our oversoul, in our collective unconscious, and spread the message of peace and love and understanding and knowledge and awareness. And yeah, I guess that's it. Eternal love. Peace be upon you.